Welcome to a very special episode of Jenkins and Jonez on the Volume Podcast Network. It's Monday, August 23rd, and we are live in person for the first time with my good buddies, Dragonfly Jones, aka Tyler.
You are looking live.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
With Jethro Jenkins, aka John.
What's that, Bubbles? I even put, lotion on my knees for y'all. You know what I mean? You're welcome.
Special occasion.
I ain't did that in about 2.5 years, Bubba. You know what I mean?
And I'm Mike, and I'm not going to say aka Gardy B because my son's over there, and he picked that up yesterday and thought that was really funny. So,
hey, you're Gardy B to him from here on out, buddy.
Forever.
He done found the pod. It's over for, G.
He ain't letting you breathe, bro.
He's seen the real Mike G now, you know what I'm saying?
Tyler, thanks for coming to Southern California so we could podcast in person.
This is the only reason I'm here to fucking podcast. but man, hey, shouts to Mike, man. You showed us around Long Beach yesterday. Long Beach is so fucking special, bro. So fucking special. I love it.
Chill with some real ones.
Yes.
Shout out to Shell.
Shout out to Shell and Johnny Ack.
Shout out to Johnny Ack. You know what I mean? Hey, that had a ball.
I'm going to get so many texts about you guys being in the module last night.
Hey, bro. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. The module. Let's go.
Yeah, but it's good. This is nice. I know Tyler's not moving out of fucking Virginia, but it's nice podcasting in person.
Let us pray.
Yeah.
See who the fuck knows.
Yeah.
Let us pray.
Never know what God can do.
We have to talk about the obvious first thing to talk about is the internet challenge that saved the summer, as our friend Dreadcraft said yesterday. The crate challenge saved summer 2020 because this summer's been fucking trash.
Trash as fuck, bro.
I don't know that I've enjoyed anything anyone's done on the internet this much ever. Like, every one of these has been so fucking funny.
It's such a black ass thing to happen. And of course it takes over the internet. You know what I mean? Like the dude rolling the blunt on the joint, light-skinned dude named White Mike, who's just light-skinned, like my cousin we call White Boy. Shout out to White Boy, my light-skinned cousin, you know what I mean? Like everything about like this is such a black ass thing to do. You feel me? Like 5 to enter. Niggas busting their ass, everybody laughing, you feel me? Like it's a beautiful thing.
I feel like it's a challenge where there is a distinct line in the sand between people who know they can do it or they think they can and they're probably wrong, and people who are like, hell no way in hell. And I'm completely on the no way in hell side. Younger me might have thought I could have pulled that shit off.
Absolutely.
But now look at that shit, bro. And I see like a dislocated hip or goddamn, a shoulder popping out my socket or some shit. Like, yeah, I want no parts of that except to laugh at motherfuckers.
Well, the worst ones, the worst injury ones, the dude who went completely vertical or completely horizontal and then landed with the crate right on the small of his back.
Yeah.
It's just like
that motherfucker looked like Homer when he fell in that goddamn fire extinguisher. And that motherfucker who fell on his face, like his face literally bounced off the ground. He just sat there and took a second to
that's what you gotta do, though.
Right? Like,
that's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
That was the sound of his brain rebooting.
The goddamn Microsoft.
I also like, the guy who did he did the Meek Mill dive or the Jay-Z dive into the pool, who was just like shaped like a pyramid, like in midair, realizing, wait, I'm actually 12 feet off the ground. Right
What
now.
age would you have been like? At what point would you have been like, no, I'm not doing this? Because when we said there's a point when we would do it. What was that age? You probably been like, nah.
I can tell you, like 22-year-old me would have been calling the homies like, where the fuck the crates at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have been all in on
riding in the Buick LeSabre.
Right. In my Hyundai.
In the LeSabre.
And the LeSabre. Hella deep in the LeSabre.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's
trying to find the crates.
Yeah, but I think like a bigger fucking scope of this is you get older and you realize your mortality.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like when you're young, you think you're immortal, you think can't shit happen to you, you think you could pull off that fucking crate shit. Like I said, I look at that shit now, all I see is a dislocated hip.
A lot of old niggas didn't see that and they should have.
Yeah.
Because they was taking some bad spills. Dog, it was, hey, as soon as a lot of people, they get to the third, I'm like, bro, just go back, dog. This ain't for you. Right? This ain't for you, dog.
Somebody said, I feel the purest joy at the first wobble.
That's the internet. That's the internet.
Yes.
We love that wobble.
Fully invested in your
regardless
downfall.
of if it's a
That's the
crates or
first
not,
sign of
right?
your
That
downfall.
first wobble, ooh, what's about to happen? You know what I'm saying?
The best one so far, the dude who successfully rolled the blunt up and down. Yes,
The other version of
he's the
White Mike.
champion. The other, yeah, for
we know
sure.
one particular version, and that's the other version of White Mike. Yeah,
He
for
got
sure.
at the top of that motherfucker and started rolling. Came down, and before he stepped off the last crate, he lit that motherfucker. He is a god.
and then
amongst
took
us
his
spearheaders.
500.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Smoking the J. Like, bro, goals. Hashtag goals. You know what I mean? You want your children to watch him. He's the future.
Review the footage.
Right.
He's light on his feet. He's focused.
Right.
I don't know if we've seen a better performance in the Olympics than that dude.
Bro, if that was, put it in the Olympics, bro. Hey, put it in the Olympics.
Put it in the
Come
Olympics.
on now. What we got? What was this? What we got right here? What's that joint? That joint we been doing? That's not a
Yeah.
Pardon me.
what is this though? What is
Curling. You talking about
curling? We got curling.
Okay.
We get curling. You know, I think, you know, crate walking. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Feel me?
Crate walking.
It was one hand. I meant to, can we? All right, man.
Brittany, make a gif out of that, please.
Oh man, no, that was not a good look.
I do.
With the mic in my head.
I do appreciate the theory that this is because it always comes back to some kind of a government psyop theory. But someone was like, "Where are these crates coming from?"
The government is putting them in the
Government's
hood.
dropping them off in the hood, trying to thin out black people.
Bro, you remember those disclaimers they used to put on crates like, this is a felony to steal this, punishable by law and all that shit. Like, what the fuck was that about? About the motherfucking milk crate?
Bro, we used to hooping on all that, bro. Like, hey,
because they're too
crates-
powerful.
Yeah.
We know that
You can do
now.
everything.
Right.
like, bro, milk crates were basketball hoops, and they were the fucking crates for rap DJs.
Right.
The government
right.
wanted to stop both of those.
They've gone too far. They're too powerful. You know what I mean? You feel me?
Oh man, that's funny.
How would you approach it though? If you had to do it, what do you think is the key?
I'm gonna tell you, I would quit at the first sign of, okay, I'm wobbling. This is unstable now. Get me the fuck out of here. But I mean, I think 1 foot and feeling out how stable this shit is probably the best way to go.
I think putting your foot in the middle. You can't if you're leaning.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
'cause
saying. You want to
the
keep it as
weight's not gonna
balanced as
be-
possible. So
right.
if you're leaning on the one side, I'm like, you need to step in the middle. Like that makes sense to me. Like it's from a scientific standpoint. You feel me? Like I think that'd be the way to do it. But let me get up there and that thing get the you know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. You know what I mean? We ain't taking the wind and the as a factor either. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a coward. Like I'm like very proudly like a pussy about hurting my body at this point in my life. So like I can see myself getting 3/4 of the way up. It really starts wobbling and being like,
But if you had to do it, like that's what I'm saying.
I'm just gonna.
That's the way to. I think that's the way to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. And then 500, bro. Like, bro, like that's not even cover your. Like 500. Don't.
That's not my
seem-
deductible's higher than $500.
You feel me? Like that ain't a
at the
whole
emergency
lot
room.
of money. They know where they put it. You know what I mean? They put it in places where the rent is like $8. You know what I'm saying? So
I think the first person, and I believe her name was T. Shout out to T. The first person to successfully do it,
They ran down
basically
it?
fell down it, but moved her feet. You know what I mean? She ran all the way down it, and then she did the splits when she hit the wet grass.
what I love is like she was really afraid. And she conquered her fear right in front of the whole internet. You know what I mean? By sprinting down that. I love it, bro. You know what I'm saying? She just jumped and she got her 500. Good for her, man. I'm a fan.
I think there's a lesson there, like, if you scared, just do that shit quickly.
Right. Just get it over with. Might as well.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
yeah.
Might as well. I'm already up here.
Yeah, fuck
She was in-
postponing it, bro. Run head straight into that.
She was in the middle. There was nowhere to go. She's gonna have to go down some way. Go down getting that 500.
Be safe. Doing the
Jenkins and
crate
Jones
challenge.
does not condone the cart challenge.
Put that jack on.
Right.
We will return any videos you send to us
Right.
unopened. Like how you used to say on Jackass and
Jackass,
shit.
bro.
Lifetime
Yeah.
of paralysis is not worth it for the 5 seconds of laughter I will get
I
from
will say
watching
no.
you
Right,
eat
right,
shit
right,
off
right,
of a
right.
milk crate.
I will say this though, Jackass opened them videos. They probably saw a few of them. Come on, man. You know what I mean?
No, they're editing. They gotta edit that into the movie right now.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like
right.
the post-credit scene when it comes out, whenever it comes out this fall, will be like a 3-story tall stack of new grades.
Right. Oh my God. I literally got nervous thinking about that. Heights are not my thing, G. Woo, sheesh.
All right. Let's talk about Sha'Carri Richardson.
Oh, do we? We have to, but
you suggested it.
I mean, we have. This is the thing. Why you gonna call me out, motherfucker? You the one.
You're not gonna have me out here saying I want to talk about it.
We have to talk about it, but I hate it had to be her though. Like it might. I think you the person that sets up the whole situation the best, being that you have more experience with track. I ran it, and you got more experience than me.
All right,
because you were around it so much, G.
Well, okay. So track and field is like what I would call like a tier 3 sport, right? You have the top tier is the sports, and then the second tier in America, it's like soccer and hockey or something, right?
Right.
Track is like people pay attention to it in this country, a general sports fan every 4 years.
Or if you have a family member in it.
Yeah,
that's the only
100%.
time.
Right. I mean, or you're a sports writer or whatever, right?
Yeah, for
like,
sure,
but even for me, it's like this was the big event in track and field post Olympics, and she ran at 12:30 on a Saturday. You know what I mean? It's just like it's real. There's not like
right.
So when people have heard of someone, automatically that person is
the one.
So even though we have like I think Mo just finished like the best season an American woman has had. Like she won an NCAA championship, an Olympic gold medal.
Runner?
Yeah. She won the U.S. trials. She won an Olympic gold, and she won at the pre. So like
the pricks,
incredible. Yeah, she
Grand bricks.
But she's not. She didn't get famous at trials the way Sha'Carri did. So you know what I mean. So for her, it's like that's good for her. But for Sha'Carri, it's like, but she's like. She gets a Nike deal, all this other stuff.
God tier to people.
My feeling was, and I said this to you guys immediately, that Nike fed her to the fucking sharks. Like, she didn't get to compete at the Olympics. She wasn't training for that additional month that the Jamaican women who went 1, 2, 3 at the Olympics got. She goes out there against them.
And they don't like her.
These Jamaican women... They don't like Americans generally.
So
that's a real rivalry.
Before she was her. You
Listen,
feel me?
if you've gone to the Penn Relays, if you've been at track meets with Jamaicans who live in Jamaica, not Jamaicans who are part of the American black diaspora. But Jamaicans from Jamaica, they want to beat us like as much as fans of the Mexican national soccer team want to beat America. They like, you know what I mean? It's a real rivalry.
Rise
to
Clyde.
Shut your eyes, Clyde.
So they want to beat her just because she's an American, but then she's getting all this attention. She has a Nike ad, and she didn't even get to go to the Olympics. So then Nike,
dummy shit.
It's a Nike event, the Nike Pre-Classic. It's at Hayward Field that Nike just helped spend $1 billion to renovate.
They play that commercial.
Nike's signed Sha'Carri, and they play her, albeit the finish line waiting commercial.
And that shit gave me chills.
Beautiful commercial.
Shout out to Rodney Luther King. That's my homie that did that. He a cold one. Great commercial. The real life didn't turn out the same way.
They put her in lane 5 between the Olympic gold and silver medalists. They fed her to the sharks.
And she comes in last. Last. With an H. LHAST, bro.
So I feel, just as someone who wants her to have a great career, I just felt horrible because I don't know any track people who thought she was going to win that race. I know a ton of black people on Twitter who like Sha'Carri and wanted her to win the race and thought she was going to win it because they heard of her.
Right.
But these women have just won. I mean, you have 2 of the best female sprinters of all time.
Right.
And they're hearing you saw in their reaction afterwards, they're literally like, bah.
Right.
Her doing that NBC interview.
What was wild? Like, how do you think about Sha'Carri? I don't know. I didn't see her. I couldn't see her because she was what? A mile and a half behind you. Like I know how the internet works, right? Regardless of how much we love them, they gon' eat. They flame it. The memes is being mean. You know what I mean? But like,
bro, when Shelly Ann Fraser Price put the eyeballs up, I was like, God damn. Like,
hey, that's that D Wade law.
Yeah.
Look at it, you know what I mean?
And Thompson and Harrod did the full on like when they asked her about it, like, why are you asking me about her?
Right.
Do you ask LeBron about? You know what I mean?
Non-LeBron stuff.
Yeah.
You
right.
feel me?
You don't
Like,
ask LeBron about the backup point guard for some other team. You ask the backup point guard, how do you feel about playing against LeBron?
Right. You feel me?
So, like, but
I hope she learned from this though. And she got to be like Mayweather in a sense. You know, Mayweather always is in shape, right? You got to, you never, Mayweather never shows up not in, there's no way. Like in track, you know how you're going to perform. There's no question. She knew she wasn't ready, and everybody around her knew she wasn't ready.
But she needs a manager and I don't know her situation, but she needs someone, or Nike needs to be smarter with their own track and field people.
The thing is, Nike might not have known. The people who were training her
every high school track and field coach in America knew she was not going to beat Thompson and Harrod.
Oh, no,
you know what I mean?
It's not about beating them, but
you're saying like how far back she was going to be.
I mean, if she would have been like third or fourth,
right?
Okay, she didn't train, bro. Dead last. She got smoked, bro. She got destroyed. So she knew
she got rolled up on the way up and down the milk.
Right. White Mike did a bad, dog. Smoked the Sha'Carri pack. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like that's dog. Like. So she knew what she was doing coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like why would her people around her allow her to set herself up that way?
Well, but you don't know who's around her. They should have told
Nike, no.
But this is my thing.
Ready.
You don't know who's around her.
Yeah.
You don't know like if she comes from track people or what. But Nike needs to understand from a business perspective, like they would never have done this to LeBron. Like Sports Illustrated puts him on the cover as the chosen one when he's in high school.
Yeah.
The world of basketball would never have allowed LeBron to be ISO'd against Kobe Bryant as a 17-year-old. That's effectively what happened.
Center court. You know what I mean?
Center court, national TV, we're hyping it up. We're playing a Nike ad for LeBron.
I think it's
so you can watch Kobe put his nuts on his chin.
I think it's a little different. I think that's a little different because I think based upon the time she was running prior, she could compete. Ron wasn't ready to compete at that day. That's
Thompson Harrod's running 10. She's running fives, bro.
You know what I mean? She's not human, dog. I get it, dog. But she can't compete, right? You know what I'm saying? But she wasn't in the best shape. The shape she should have been in. If she was in the shape she was in prior to the trials, she would have competed. She wouldn't have won. She'd have competed.
It would have been the way it would have been at the Olympics if she trained the whole way through.
And it would have been fine. It'd have been like she just lost.
It would have been like, I'm really excited for Paris in 3 years.
It wouldn't look like, you know what I'm saying? Like she was, preparing for fucking field day in fucking 6th grade, nigga.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But as someone who wants
Josh Alfred ran faster than her. He was in 7th grade when I was running, nigga. That white boy was fast as hell. But anyway, he had some legs on him. But
she'll be, as long as she keeps her head on straight and she gets some better people around her, she'll be fine.
She'll be fine. She's going to be fine.
America's not going to think about track and field again until Paris in 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, she has a great chance for Paris and then LA in 2028 to be a huge Sha'Carri Richardson party.
And the redemption will be fire if she comes back and is who we all know she actually is. So it'll be fine.
But this sucks.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
Char will tell you, they played that commercial and they did the split screen. So you see her get in the blocks and they're like, I'll be at the finish line waiting. I was cussing at the screen. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Because there's no way she's going to win this race. So even if I hear you, if it was 3rd or 4th, it wouldn't have been as bad, but that's still a setup.
That's just, but 3rd or 4th
you know what
is
I mean?
fine. 3rd or 4th is fine. Bro,
they fed her to the Sharks though.
They did.
I hated it.
But Sha'Carri didn't do, like, that was an embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad. And was she like 20? She's a kid. She's a kid. So then she gets,
and Nike's throwing money in her face. Of course she's going to take it.
And then they interviewed her after it. What is Sha'Carri Wilson going to say after the interview at 20 years old? The same thing every 20-year-old would do. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck y'all.
Right. Fuck y'all. I'm still meat, nickel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, and that wasn't a good look either. But it's like, no, it was all a setup for show. It was. I agree with you, but
I don't think it was a bad look. I was actually encouraged by her not being devastated in that moment. You know,
but you're saying by the interview.
I think the arrogance after that is not the best look, but
it was just
you need arrogance to be
in a
an elite track star.
yes.
It is you versus everybody. You know,
to be great at anything.
for 10 seconds.
Usain Bolt would look back and laugh at motherfuckers before he crossed the finish line. You know
I mean, but he was crossing the finish line first.
Yeah.
He wasn't last.
Yeah.
He put the work in prior.
But Tyler's point is the
Yeah.
person finishing 7th in the world has the exact same mentality.
I hear
He's just
you.
not Usain
I hear
Bolt.
you, but they probably wouldn't have talked in that way after losing, coming in dead last on a race where they talked about her waiting in a commercial right before it started.
It was
You
just
feel
an
me?
unfortunate look for her that as she was talking shit, the Jamaican women were walking off behind her.
No, but
Like, it was that was unfortunate, bro.
My issue ain't with Sha'Carri. Like, it's with why would they interview her after that? They know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because the same thing we all would have done in that situation if we were her. You feel me?
But I think that's the challenge.
At that age, at least.
People probably don't give a fuck about this, but it's interesting to me as someone who likes the breadth of sports. It's an interesting challenge for NBC. You're trying to make track into an event. NBC would love it if people cared about track more than every 4 years because they own the rights to everything.
Right.
You know, they'd love to have Diamond League like events on in the fucking summer and shit, or run Worlds and have people tune in. So
You
they
talking
know
about the pin relays though. I'll watch the pin relays. I'll check
the pin
them out.
relays are fucking fire.
I'll check the pin relays.
Pin relays are fucking
I'll
fire.
check
That's
them
my
out.
favorite shit ever. But the point is, so they're gonna put Sha'Carri out there. They're gonna interview her because they know correctly. We're not talking about Thompson Hurrah running the 10-5 on this podcast for 10 minutes. Respectfully, we're just not fucking, we're not going to do it.
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right.
Like, and we're not going to do it because the interest isn't there. No one's hitting us up in the DMs. Like, I can't
Sha'Carri was
believe you
put in a
didn't,
bad
I
spot.
can't believe you didn't talk about Thompson Hurrah. Like,
She couldn't
you know,
have
that's
not
the
ran.
one-
If she didn't run, nobody would have talked about it at all. The
100
only reason we're talking about it is
Well, and it's
Sha'Carri.
Nike's event in Nike's new
And so
stadium.
she had to
And
do it.
You know what I mean?
She just wasn't ready, and she caught the L.
But you didn't have to put her in lane 5.
Right.
Nike.
Put her outside.
You didn't have to do it.
'Cause that
Put her in lane
nasty
7,
W,
bro.
we don't see W. We see a V in track. We don't
Right.
see a W, bro. And, you feel me? So
All right, let's talk about the secondhand embarrassment we enjoy a little bit more with Dennis Schroeder. You said, what was it? You said someone signed a contract, and you said we're all thinking.
we're all thinking about it. And Tyler dropped the meme, which was perfect. That meme was the exact face we all.
Yeah, the dumbfounded Schroeder.
Right.
meme.
Like,
What was the deal? Who signed the deal? What was the
it was
deal?
Rozier. And
Okay.
And Terry a bad motherfucker.
And he had
like,
an incredible year.
But he
Big year
took what
for
did
Terry.
he take? He basically
4
took
years, 98. I think.
98.
he took basically the deal
I
that
mean, you get
Schroeder
40,
turned
80.
in.
You know what I'm saying? Schroeder was like a little bit more than Schroeder, but like, dude, like, so, hey, bro, he showed us how to take advantage of the moment. You feel me? And
It feels like Schroeder's gonna be the fucking reference point whenever we talk about motherfuckers who fuck.
It is.
This
Nobody has fucked a bag. You gotta leave basketball. Maybe Nerlens Noel, but like,
Yeah,
you gotta
Nerlens.
leave the sport for real to find somebody who's fucked the bag off. Like for me, like I compared it to Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Canceling himself over a woman that wouldn't even retweet his fucking his album when he dropped it. You feel me? Yes, Jules of all people, the curator of vibes, nigga, you fucking kidding me? Cancel me if you want to. That motherfucker did that.
Yeah, and we were like, everybody's like, okay. You want us to?
Okay. You know what I
Like-
mean? That was a monumental fumble.
Congratulations, you're Giveon now.
Right.
Like,
Giveon and Lucky Day running with his
I
whole
just
shit.
took my Daniel Caesar and I put it on Giveon.
Right. Giveon, yeah, Lucky Day. They running with his whole joint. So I don't know if anybody's fumbled like that in basketball, period. Maybe not sports. Maybe you got to leave the whole fucking industry and go to a different one. Wow.
There's an unfortunate thing to like stamp your name on. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the
From
guy.
20
I am
plus-
the biggest fuck up.
From 20 plus a year to 6 mil. And 6 mil ain't nothing to laugh at, obviously, right? Nigga, but it's something to laugh at in this situation. Yeah. You have 6 mil guaranteed from 80 mil guaranteed.
You
over
could have
4
had
years.
85 million in Los Angeles with LeBron and AD, and now you got to prove it.
Now
you're
you
in a prove it contract.
Now you in the projects with
Boston.
Jackson's team. Now you in the projects with Jackson's team. You got anything to say?
Nah, bro.
The middle fingers from Jackson hit so much better in person.
They do.
I'm so glad we're here right
We
now.
usually see him online, but yeah, in person is so much
We
better.
invited Jackson to John's house to talk shit about his basketball team. It's great.
Talk about it.
I Nike'd him. You feel me?
But like, I think here's what I think is funny. Like, we talked about this with Schroeder. Rozier, like, let's say, like, congratulations, he bet on himself. He bet on himself and he got $94 million. You know what I mean? You could have bet on yourself and got $84 million, but you wanted 120 instead of $84 million. Bro, and now you have 6, bro.
Like we said, betting on yourself ain't worth more than 84. I can get, you know what I'm saying, 84 million, you know what I'm saying? I think I've done enough betting, bro. You feel me? I'm gonna take that, bro. Like,
that's
you know what
a bet
saying?
you can hedge.
That's right.
You could hedge $120 million bet to 84.
Hit a few nice investments, you know what I'm saying? And you got your 120 you wanted, bro. 84 is a good foundational place to be.
But
at,
we talked about
me?
this last week. You have to have $80 million to understand the difference between $80 million and $120 million.
Yeah,
and I don't have $80 million. So to me, I don't like. I'm good.
They'd find $1 million a way to fuck off another 40 million, but yeah, it wouldn't be me though. You feel me?
But you're right. It was funny. Rozier signs the deal,
and nobody's thinking about Rozier. You forgot who signed it, Mike. Mike forgot who signed it. He remembered Schroeder that we were talking about Schroeder because he, you know what I'm saying? But he forgot who signed it. You feel me?
But there was just 10 seconds of silence while the entire internet slowly turned and looked at Dennis
like, with that motherfucking Scooby-Doo. You see this nigga?
Tyler, you wanted to talk about Kanye while we were driving around in Long Beach yesterday. Kanye did something on Instagram, and I don't know what it was, so I'm excited for you to tell us about it so we can talk about it.
Yeah, well, Kanye, you know, the messy bitch that he is, he fucking threw Pusha T and Drake in the same group chat, like, and then he texted some shit like, I've been fighting nerd jocks like you all my life. I don't even know what the fuck a nerd jock is. I feel like that's a goddamn contradiction.
Right.
But he's like, I've been fighting nerd jocks like you all my life. You don't want to do this, bro. I don't know what the fuck Kanye was saying at all in that moment, but I know he was being a messy motherfucker who just wanted to let Drake know I'm cool with this motherfucker who embarrassed you. Like, that was the whole point.
I think he just called him a buff-ass lame nigga. Buff-ass lame. I've been fighting buff-ass lame niggas like you forever, bro. You square-ass nigga with your shirt off on Instagram. I've been fighting you my whole life, you feel me? And then put that Pusha T shit. Come on now.
Hey, that's
Drake leaves a chat.
That's who Drake, bro. That's who Drake will always be. The dude who Pusha T bodied. And you know, not taking anything away. No. You from Virginia. That's you know what I'm saying? Always like I said, I think you can make the case that Drake had the best run of any rapper ever in hip hop.
Okay.
You could say he's the rapper of the last decade or the artist period of the last decade. But we're always going to remember how Pusha T bodied him. That's always going to be a footnote on his legacy.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, after what he did to the rapper now known as Shelly, formerly known as Drum, yeah, he got what he deserved. You feel me? You know what I mean? But like, dog, I think when he talked about 40, tick, 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 that man is 6'6".
Bro, my jaw dropped.
Whoa! Lord Jesus. Bro, I broke that down to Raleigh recently. I'm like, we played it on the way to Long Beach. I was like, you got to hear Drake's verse, and then you got to hear, this is rap, like, this is historical. You got to know what's happened. Raleigh ran in the car like, ooh, shit! Like nigga, like, when Pusha verse, we was laughing at Drake, you feel me? Then when Pusha, you like, oh, wasn't no laughter, bro. It was like, shock, nigga. That was a...
I think Styles P said it best during that whole beef when he told Drake, bro, Drake, you're a pop star. You're great at what you do. You know, you're at the top of the charts. It's beautiful up there. Don't come down to the gutter with us, though. Bro. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where Drake overstepped his boundaries on that. When Drake is as a dude who wants to be all things to all people.
Right.
He wants to be the R&B star, the pop star, the dude who the rap fans love, because Drake can rap his ass off. No denying.
But he made the mistake.
Is a demon,
right? And he made the mistake exactly like you said, coming down to because he wants the respect of the gutter too. And at some point, you ascend to a level where you have to let that go.
Bro, exactly. Drake lives in a compound. They're gifting him fucking like private jets.
But look, that's why you see basketball players go to the Drew or the Rucker when they're on a certain point on the way up. Right. When you get to a certain level, you're like, I'm not.
Kobe when he was Kobe though.
But Kobe's different.
Yeah.
Kobe when he was
Kobe. That was 02.
Kobe's
Kobe
different.
Was in 02?
Kobe was Kobe in 02. It wasn't a shocker to see Kobe.
Kobe's different, but what I'm saying
Kobe at the Rucker was an initiation at that moment, summer 02.
But
he still was the guy.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't think anyone thought the Rucker was under Kobe in 02. You know what I mean?
No, but wait. He went to the Drew and got busy.
In 2010 or so, right?
Yeah, and he was
like off a ring.
Bro, so I'm saying,
yeah, Kobe different.
That's
but
different, bro.
Kobe's different. But you're not going to see. But again, you're not going to see people like it's a certain people. I always think of it as Fortune 500.
Right.
Because that's every, like we talked about with DeMar, that's every athlete's goal when you're growing up in LA or, wherever it is. Like you ascend to a certain point where you're not a person, you are a Fortune 500 company. And at that point, you have to let mom and pop businesses go, bro. You know what I mean? Like when Microsoft's on the way up, they're buying everyone who's trying to compete with them and stuff. And then you get to become Microsoft.
Right.
You got something going in your garage. Good for you. Good luck with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not my business anymore.
Right. He should have just let him keep shooting his little shots up at Drake. And Drake should have been like, should have been like, whatever. But when I think everybody knew Pusha was a demon, though. We all knew that. You know what I mean? But I think Drake, I think we all were even shocked by how hard he came, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think his
he had like an FBI file,
but this is the thing, though. This is what Drake
he
fucked up, though.
He broke celebrity gossip news about Drake in the song.
Right. But it wasn't just, I think he came that hard because Drake mentioned his lady.
Yeah.
When you mention his lady, it's over with, nigga. Even it was a slight jab, like, it was very slight, but you can't, his fiance's name came out your mouth. I gotta fucking get, you know what I'm saying? And he came in a way that I've never seen Pusha come with that rap. And that's a rapping ass, demonic ass nigga. And I ain't never seen him come, you know what I'm saying? That nigga was Constantine, nigga. You know what I mean? He was different. He was different, dog. He was different.
Anyway, Kanye is, if I'm interpreting it correctly, he's now beefing with their beef. Is that what's happened?
Kanye and Drake always had
a little something.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's taking sides.
But it's weird.
That
makes it really weird that Drake confided in him about the Adidas joint. Because they always had that little And then,
but Drake thought he was in a Fortune 500 corporate board meeting talking to another Fortune 500 guy,
him,
bro.
Yo, shit ain't sweet, nigga. Still in Chicago, nigga.
And I'm crazy also, so yeah.
Buff ass, lame ass nigga. You lame ass nigga. You feel me?
You call some of the buff nerds.
You swole ass geek.
Yeah. That is
beautiful. That's fire, though.
I gotta give it though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good for you, Kanye.
I want to talk about, speaking of buff nerds, a picture that went viral of Troy Hill in a Browns training camp practice. And hopefully you've seen the picture. We'll put it under this, but like he looks like he's fighting a bull. Like he looks like he's about to olay some shit. He's holding his right hand above and behind his ear, which it has to be he's trying to windmill, right? I don't know.
I think he
but
just
our friend Trill said it looked like interpretive dance.
He's finna start pop locking on this nigga.
I don't know how this.
They're having a dance bottle.
I don't know how this would ever turn to this in a natural motion. So you're coming like this.
He was like this. So I think he was just like, just being. To me, he looked more comfortable and smooth to me than the other nigga. You know what I'm saying? The other dude was all flexed up.
I got
lead with his face, finna throw some bomb. If you miss that, you off balance. You gonna get 2 or 3 to the grill.
I actually think that is textbook footwork right there.
His head is back. His feet are back too. Yeah.
That's the pivot foot, and he's coming. He's got the left pivot coming with the right. But that is textbook.
But I said, look how tight he is. You know, niggas is all flexed up like that. Don't be hitting hard. That shit don't hurt. You feel me? You ain't seen a nigga that be flexing in the back of that nigga. Barely. You know what I'm saying? The back, look at him like, bitch. You so swole ass, nigga, you can't even hit.
Hill's form is terrible. He looks like T.
I'm saying, but to me, he look like that nigga. You ain't never seen that nigga that stand up and do this. That he's just real comfortable. He's just getting comfortable.
You're saying he's doing the bounce.
He's doing that little bounce.
But
he ain't even thrown his setup yet. He ain't even got his setup yet.
But look at where your hands are. Look at where your hands are while you're bouncing.
I'm never all the way back here with it. But he
looks like he's about to throw a splitter.
Professional athlete.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to throw a splitter or something, bro.
Like, shit, he's gonna throw a change up. You feel me? Like, that's a fact. But I think he looked comfortable. Like he's gonna get into his set. He ain't even got his stance yet. You feel me?
I just love the lineman or whoever it is looking at them like, what the fuck is he doing?
Right, nigga. That look is beautiful, bro. We all have looked at somebody like
someone on Instagram.
we've all been there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna read that comment. Actually, that's
That shit was funny though. I saw it.
I don't need to throw that in the conversation. Okay, it's Monday, so we have to crown our Booger Boy of the week, and I don't think there's any question this week that it is the OnlyFans Corporation for being.
The streets is dead. The streets is dead.
This is everything wrong with capitalism. They are putting the titties up to try to get some money.
Yes,
to try to get some buyers.
But the titties got the money though, right?
So it's a site that exists basically exactly for having had explicit like adult content on it. At least as far as I know, maybe someone was dropping music on there. I have no idea.
I ain't never.
I haven't heard about it. I haven't heard about it. No one's said anything to me about that. But
what we've heard,
what we heard.
This is all speculation and research.
Thanks for inviting us into your home, John.
Oh shit!
But then they're being pressured by, I think it was specifically MasterCard. So they're trying to go public and everything.
MasterCard,
specifically MasterCard as a payment option because they have to process the payments.
Right,
bro.
right.
What is
so?
I feel like the only time I've ever used the MasterCard was in like expensive shit for my job.
What is the benefit? Like you can still use.
So the feeling is it's like this is something that like the credit companies and the banks are doing is moving away from this kind of content. And so the feeling was MasterCard was the first, and within a week or so, everyone else is going to be doing that. So they're trying to get ahead of it by preemptively pulling this stuff. And as
but you can't
result,
spend money on it. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You can't use your MasterCard to buy that shit?
Right. But again, it's
so food stamps, nigga.
But again,
Daddy, you telling me what I can? I had stamps in college. That shit was fire, nigga.
Well, so Judd Nikki, who's been on the show, I know a good friend of your guys. That's exactly what she said. She said this is fucking bullshit.
Right.
Like because this is like the global conspiracies that we don't believe. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, hold on. The credit card companies are telling us we're not allowed to spend money on porn.
That is
what
wild, bro.
But that's basically what happened.
Who decided this, dog? Because they all in there. Come on. That's the only happiness they probably get a motherfucker working at a credit card company. They probably mad too, low-key. I think that don't make no sense. Like I don't understand that at all, bro. And this industry is enormous.
It's why the internet exists.
Right.
I mean, quite literally, it's why the internet exists.
Bro, like they are leading technology. They change technology with the shit that, you know what I'm saying? They are at the forefront of most things.
Right.
Like this industry is enormous. Why are we pretending like it doesn't exist? Stop it.
But it's like, what if, the only way I have to spend money is a debit card with a Visa logo on it, basically. I mean, we have, my wife has Venmo, but can you set Venmo up as a recurring payment option? But you know what I'm saying? But it is one of those things that makes you think, like, if they just decided that they didn't want us to be eating beef, you know what I mean? It's like they could just decide.
It's such a random thing.
It's kind of scary. It really is.
It's a random thing. It's an abuse of power. Biden, step up, man. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? My student loan's still here. You might save OnlyFans. Save the streets.
Save the titties, bro.
Right.
Come through, man.
You feel me?
This is un-American. We're telling them to put the titties up.
For real though. Where the Proud Boys at now, man? You feel me? Where the Proud Boys when you need them? You know what I'm saying? Shit.
As someone said at a school board meeting I was covering on Wednesday, I'm sorry. I thought I still lived in America.
What did it do with the vaccine? Of course.
Oh, that was sandwiched in between Nuremberg Code violation accusations.
Okay. And
I don't know how you sleep at night.
What'd you tell us yesterday? Lions, not sheep.
Lions, not sheep.
Bitch, shut your bitch ass up, hoe ass nigga. Stay in the suburbs talking about lions, not sheep, bitch. Shit, fuck you mean. Ain't nothing about you a lion, fuck nigga. Golly. Nigga so weird. Anyway.
All right. Our last thing.
Lions, not sheep. Lions, not sheep. God damn, I hate people, man. Fuck. This is what we on now. We all regular as fuck. Ain't none of us lions. Anyway, go ahead, man. Shit.
I mean, like, you're gonna flex that you're an apex predator at a school board meeting,
Driving off in your motherfucking
driving off in $100,000 truck or whatever. Like,
right. Lions, not sheep. You rev up your fucking Civic.
it's like, you know what, lions?
Your electric car.
Your fucking Prius.
You know what I mean?
This is the law of the jungle. Lions aren't afraid to go to the democratically elected board of school board members and voice their opinions about things peacefully and then turn around and drive home and go to bed.
Drive on some that motherfucking baby ass battery. Nigga, shut the fuck up.
I'm King Kong in this school board meeting.
Right, right. Lions not shit. Bitch, get the fuck up out of here, nigga. God damn, nigga. Have you seen a lion? We all follow that nature is metal shit, nigga. Ain't none of us built like that, dog. Shit. I saw alligators, was it out crocodiles? No, it was a fucking hyena carrying a lion's head through the fucking wild, nigga. What the fuck you know about that shit, nigga? You feel me? A hyena, nigga.
A lion's head?
Carrying the nigga head through the fucking jungle, nigga. Like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? What we know about that? Nigga, lions not sheep, bitch. You fucking with that? You like this nigga shit?
Well, it was his turn to speak at the school board meeting.
Scooted this little fucking Bob's Burger ass up there. Lions not sheep. Fuck that nigga, dog. Nigga, god damn, bro. What the fuck you know about a lion?
I needed that.
Jesus.
I really needed that. I had a lot of it sitting inside of me after that meeting, bro. It's like sometimes work sucks, bro.
Right. We all in the same place with that. We all agree on this. Here at Jenkins and Jones podcast. You feel
Okay,
me?
Tyler, right before we started recording, this is the last thing we have to talk about today. Tyler fucked me up because he said, we all know basically everything in America, like you have some kind of a racist origin to every cultural tradition we have in America. But he told us that being racist about black people and watermelons is racist. Like the racism has a racist origin.
Has a racist origin. And weed. Why weed is illegal.
So can you explain that? That
Both
kind
of
of
them,
that
please.
fucked me up.
Yes. After slavery was abolished and black people were sharecropping and kind of making pennies to their name, watermelon was something that they would eat a lot because it gave you substance and it gave you hydration at the same time.
What watermelon does to us.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. So that's what watermelon does. It's chewy sugar water, basically. You know what I mean? Right? Like so you get sugar to
The capisce emoji.
Right.
Right. So you get the sugar that reinvigorates you and you get the water that hydrates you, right? So that was something that, newly enslaved people used to eat watermelon all the time while, working their fields. And so, white people, stigmatize that and try to make it racist and try to shame people out of this superfood that was, making black people super productive during that time. And they tried to shame us out of that because that was something that was beneficial to us. So everything is racist, but
And then
like
the
people
weed.
say, yeah.
Gotta talk about weed. Why weed is illegal.
Well, but like the idea that this racism was being deployed as like reverse psychology racism, that was like, what the fuck, bro? Like I did not know that. That was crazy to me.
The racists went racist and then made black people not want to be viewed by the racists. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad I always said fuck them because watermelon always been my shit,
fucking
nigga.
delicious.
I ain't
wouldn't
never
have
been
done
afraid to
all of
fucking
I'd have been like,
smack
fuck
some
y'all.
watermelon, bitch. I'll be that nigga. Fuck, I'll be that motherfucker. That shit fire, nigga. And that's what tripped me out too, man. Man, come on. I grew up in the South, nigga. Like, come on. Everybody eat watermelon. White people love watermelon and fried chicken. Because the shit fire. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Shit. But anyway, yeah. But talk about the weed joint. Because the weed shit was wild too. Why weed is illegal.
Let me pull up the dude's name exactly because weed was criminalized you know,
everything used to be crazy, like legal. Like I mean, you used to be able to just walk into the store and get opium.
Yeah, there were opium.
Opium was
dens.
medicinal
Right.
at one point.
Yes,
like,
and
people
you
got
used
right.
to literally get cocaine and Coca-Cola, which is why it's called that. Like, it was like, we're going to put some pep in your step.
Right.
Like, no shit. You're
Motherfucker.
going to put some pep in my step. Yeah.
Right.
Right. People
Going
now
to
are
bed
worried
early.
about, like, oh, I can't have any caffeine after 8 o'clock. And they used to have for dessert cocaine.
Cocaine.
Like, let's go get hamburgers and cocaine.
Right. Little cocaine with your fucking tuna casserole at the grill. Pass me some of that Coca-Cola, please. right.
It's just funny because we have an idea of like the further back in time you go, the more conservative and straight-laced shit was, right? It was like women couldn't show their ankles, etc. Women couldn't show their ankles, but they were walking around tooted up in Central Park with a fucking bottle of Coca-Cola.
And what's wild too is, bro, motherfuckers turn lynchings into like evening events where you had a picnic around that motherfucker. You feel me?
Right.
Like everything was conservative, but motherfuckers was really just bringing their children, and it wasn't just with slaves too.
No,
It
I was about
like,
to say, like,
right.
like in the West, it was like public hangings for
yo.
criminals. That was like the
you would
big
dress
event.
up and put your church clothes on.
That was Super Bowl Sunday.
Put your hard bottoms on. Someone's so getting hung today. You gonna
Right.
miss it. You ain't gonna miss that, is you?
Right, like make sure the kids do their
Right,
homework
right,
early
right.
so they don't miss the dude hanging
Put your
to
cologne
death.
on
Right.
so you can go smell good while old boy is swinging. You feel me? But that's what make America great again. Let's not get into that. But anyway, you feel what I'm saying? Nigga. Fuck that shit.
Lions not sheep.
Lions, not sheep.
You ain't found a dude name yet? Just tell the story, man.
Yeah, I think it's Andrew Mellon is the dude.
Okay.
And he was like a fucking
Of course, it's Andrew
Melon.
Mellon.
yeah. Of
course.
it's a melon.
It always adds up.
motherfucker. Yeah, and I think
This whole universe is built through math, and the math be mathing like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
So basically, you know, hemp and you know cannabis, which is hemp's cousin. Hemp was outlawed in the like 1930s because they speculated that women, you know, who were smoking hemp would want to have sex with black men, and that's why weed has been banned. Because of that, 80 fucking years ago, people
Niggas
thinking white women wanted to have sex with black men.
Stupid. Everything's origin is in idiocy, bro. When you go back to the reasons, it's all because people were dumb, dog.
You know about cereal, right? Like how we have cereal.
Cornflakes were made to stop people from masturbating.
That is how like
Founded
the
in
meal of
stupidity.
breakfast. Yes, it was like they're masturbating because of a nutritional deficiency. So if we give them more bran in cornflakes, they'll stop masturbating.
Nigga, fuck. Literally fuck everything. It's all founded in stupidity.
And milk crates have been dropped off to
The
send
booger
black people to
boy is
ICU.
humanity.
Right.
Humanity. It's the booger boy. You feel me?
This week's Booger Boy is humanity.
Yeah.
That's our show for the week. A reminder that we have the book club is starting up this week. So read, I think it was Roman numerals 1 through 3, the first like 100 pages of the book.
Let's go.
They can't kill us until they kill us. I don't. I've been off Twitter because we've been hanging out and I've been doing things in person. But I hopped on before we came up.
People are copping the book already.
It's been cool,
They're
man.
excited.
A bunch of people had sent us pictures of, you know,
They're
they bought the
excited.
book.
Right,
so
right,
yeah,
right.
we're
And
fired up.
we've got confirmation from Hanif Abdul Rakib that he will join us after we finish the book. So
We've got
Cool,
confirmation.
bro.
yeah.
We've got confirmation.
He
So
DM'd
look,
Tyler
added
back. He
incentive,
DM'd
man.
Tyler
Yeah.
back to say he's down.
Yeah, so you know, a little added incentive while you're reading this, because you know,
Yeah.
we'll run whatever questions y'all have if you pose a good one or whatever. So you know, just a little added plus there.
Yeah.
And some people were asking about the book we were talking about last week.
yes.
Warmth of Other Suns. This is the joint.
Yes,
Too
for
fire.
sure.
Too
It's
fire.
probably too big for us to do as a book club
Makes
because it's like
sense.
600 pages.
Yeah,
but I've read it, loved it. John's reading it and loved it. I don't remember. Did you read it yet?
I got through like 180 pages. I still need to finish.
and you were like, that was about a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's
I feel
too-
you on
it's
that.
so
It is,
good, though.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, so next week on that, and then we'll finish the book the following week, and then we'll get him on, and that's the
It's
That's
a wrap on the first
that's the
in-person
podcast.
pod.
The first and like
Ever.
I mean, it might be the last. I have
That's
no
not
idea.
let's not say that.
I have
Hopefully
no
not.
idea when the
Hopefully
next
not.
time we would
This
do
has
this
been
shit.
fun. It's fun in person. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a little like, I don't know. Maybe the energy might be different. I don't know why it would, but I love it.
It was me.
Yeah.
You were worried about me.
No. You said you were. You said you were a little nervous.
I know.
though.
Yeah. No, I was too. Because
Yeah,
it was just.
yeah.
I mean, you guys don't normally see me fiddling around with paper underneath the camera. You know what I mean?
Get his written
Like,
out list, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking 96. Number 2 pencil
set
ass
list.
motherfucker.
Jenkins and Jones set list.
Right. Golly. All right, man. That was fun.
I'm gonna throw it into the crowd. Thank you for watching Jenkins and Jones. And
Bye.
We'll be back on Thursday. Bye.
Bye.